All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and I'm here to bring you guys the high rev perspective.
And my name is Josh, and I'll be bringing the low rev perspective.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Motiv Nebula, and I'm going to be comparing that to the Rotogrip Rockstar and the Motiv Steel Forge.
And I'll be comparing it to the Rotogrip Rockstar Amped and the Radical Intel Recon.
After throwing the brand new Motiv Nebula, there seemed like there was a little bit more oil in the middle part of the lane, and honestly, I feel like this ball, even though it's clean, it still looked pretty good in the oil and wanted to retain energy and go through the pins. With there being a little bit more friction to the right, I could tell how I got it there and it kind of hook stopped a little bit. A few of the times it definitely hook stopped when it saw the friction, just went forward, but strike percentage was pretty good. I feel like I knocked them down pretty good with this one. So I feel like I definitely had a decent amount of miss room with this one, so I can definitely see the versatility that this one has. So overall, I feel like I like the ball motion pretty well. So now I'm going to go and throw the Rotogrip Rockstar Amped and see how that compares. After seeing the Rockstar Amp go down the lane, this one to me seemed like it was pretty similar, honestly, but I feel like it was a slightly more forward shape. Like it didn't quite see the friction and go through it as much. It was definitely a little bit more forward through the pins, didn't quite pile drive the 8-pin. Definitely felt like I had to be just a little slower for it to really see that kind of continuation that the Nebula had. So now I'm going to go and throw the Steel Forge and see how that compares. The Steel Forge to me definitely had that cleaner kind of shape, but it was much slower and rounded off the end of the pattern. I felt like I got it to the friction around the same spot with both of them, and the Nebula saw the friction, went through the pins, and the Steel Forge was a little slower and didn't quite make the corner as much as the Nebula did, and just wanted to be a little more forward overall. So, all right, final thoughts on the Nebula. This one to me, especially here when it feels like it was pretty tough to strike, this one definitely showed its versatility, and I feel like this is going to fit a lot of people's bags. Honestly, just a clean enough motion to not have to worry about the front part of the lane, and it's strong enough to come off spot and go through the pins the right way. So honestly, the versatility of this one is going to have to put this one in the fire category. Honestly, I really like this one, and I'm more curious to see what this looks like on other patterns as well.
Just threw 10 shots with the new Motiv Nebula. This ball right out of the box was a little bit different for a Motiv ball for me. Typically Motiv balls tend to be smoother and a little bit more controllable, but this one was one of the quicker ones I've seen. I felt like this one wanted to get off friction pretty hard. Again, when it got to oil, it didn't really want to hook. Sometimes you need that. For right now, I think they were still a little too oily for a ball like that, but again, that's why I didn't react the greatest, but I can see it being good for when the lanes are absolutely torched, or if you're bowling on some sort of low volume pattern, this ball is going to be good. It's still quick enough to get the corners out, but still smooth enough to where it's predictable. It's not so jerky off spot. So now we're going to go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Rockstar Amped and see how it compares. Just threw 5 shots with the Rockstar Amped. This ball for me did feel like it was a little bit stronger a little earlier. What had a little bit more of a rounded shape to where, again, if I got it to friction, it hooked earlier, but that didn't necessarily like overall give me the best shape. I'm starting to like this ball a lot, but compared to this, again, Nebula is definitely a step down, something that you'd go to when you just need a little bit more length in the fronts. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Intel Recon and see how it compares. Just finished up with the Intel Recon. These two balls for me, I felt like were pretty close. A little, like I'm being nitpicky, but I did feel like the Intel was just a smidge earlier, but I did feel like they shaped the same way off the end of the pattern, which for me, like the Intel, I really am starting to like that's gonna probably replace my Crown Victory once it has enough games. And I did feel like if I can get the same downlane reaction out of something that hooks just a hair sooner, it's only better, because that much sooner just means I know what it's gonna do that much earlier. And so Intel definitely gave me more miss room, but again, essentially for me, I would call these almost copy paste balls. Really only need one of them in the bag, but they are fairly similar. Overall though, Intel probably hooks maybe a board more, pretty darn close. Final thoughts on the Motiv Nebula. For me, I didn't mind the ball motion, but I did feel like there's just other balls that do what this was intended to do just a little bit better. And for me, this is a ball I would rarely throw in the bag. I'm typically going to be throwing a stronger ball just because I'm further right. But for today, I'm going to have to rate this one a potato. Again, I just didn't feel like it gave me that it factor where I felt like it would blend the lane. I just felt like I had to be perfect, and even then I didn't really trust that it was going to strike every time.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.